Beautiful Capricorns, welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope you're doing fabulous. Thank you for joining me here. Capricorn, let's see what the general messages for you are. Capricorn, at this time, please, someone's very curious about you, asking advice about you. Capricorn, what do you seek? What do you want to know? You are being of service here. The key to wisdom here. Seek inspiration. Weave your reality. So it's almost as if someone is asking you to keep an open mind, or you are keeping you're taking a neutral position on something, which is wise. You're keeping a neutral, open mind about something. You reap what you sow. Look to the future and grow together. Have faith. So you could be being inspired to tell that to somebody. Somebody could be down on their luck. You could be giving advice to someone, or you're trying to keep a neutral, open mind towards something. You're not either agreeable or disagreeable to something. You're trying to keep a neutral position. Maybe somebody is seeking advice on you, or somebody's coming to you for advice. And you could be saying, well, look to the future. Grow together, have faith. You reap what you sow is here. So you're trying to keep an open mind towards something. You're trying to take a neutral position on something. Let's go. You're trying to stay fair, balanced. So somebody could be down and out. Maybe it's somebody in your community. And they could be coming to you for advice, or So somebody has been operating out of a self-interest, okay? And you know it, Capricorn? And you're sitting there trying to, be objective, be fair. You know that this person is reaping what they're sowing. So you're trying to be neutral, open-minded. You're trying to keep balance in a situation. You're not trying to sway somebody this way or that way. But deep down inside, you know that somebody is reaping what they have sown. And they could be coming to you for advice. And you could be saying, look to the future. You got your whole future ahead of you. You could be telling them, look, have faith, grow together. But the truth is, somebody is really curious about... Okay, so somebody could be having a fight here. And they're coming to Capricorn for advice. And You're of service, you're very gifted. So they come to you for this advice, and you're trying to tell them, keep an open mind, um, someone's coming to you because, quite honestly, they're reaping what they have sown. And you're not trying to be judgmental. You're not trying to say it's because you're an idiot, stick here, or you're a fool. You're trying to just say, well, keep an open mind. They're fighting, they're arguing. Somebody is fighting and arguing here. And you could be saying, well, have faith, you know, um, why is, yeah, somebody is having a fight or an argument. And you're trying to remain open minded. You're trying to not take sides. Somebody is like wanting you to take sides, commit one way or another. Whose side are you on? You're either on my side or you're on their side, and you don't want to take sides. You're trying to be open minded and be neutral. And it's like, though, somebody is reaping what they've sown. And you're trying to remain objective, but you know damn well that somebody is reaping what they've sown. And you're trying to remain open-minded and neutral, but they're coming to you with their problems. They're coming to you with some kind of issue. You're trying to not be objective. Maybe you're an objective third party. Maybe you're the one who is being objective. Now, this is somebody else's fight. Okay, so now you're trying to play mediator. That's what I'm hearing. You are mediating. You're trying to be helpful. You're like, if you need anything, let me know. If you need someone to talk to, let me know. I'm here for you, but I'm not taking sides. Which is wise. Spirit is saying not to take sides on this situation. You're beautiful souls. Okay, so someone is coming to you for advice. They're having a problem. You're trying to encourage them. They're trying. They're looking to you to take charge or leadership. And because you're manifesting success. So it's almost like they want what you have. Like, how are you able to manage this, Capricorn? How are you able to do what you're doing? They're coming to you for advice. And you could be surrendering a battle. And you could say, well, I'm not taking sides here. It says surrender your battles. It could be you having a problem and you have to surrender the battle to the universe. But it's more than that. Oh, you got the angel of wealth here. Like things come so easily to you. So they think. Well, maybe you have surrendered the battle to the universe. But it's almost as if someone is coming to you for advice. How did you do it, Capricorn? How did you get so successful? How are you doing things, Capricorn? How are you managing this, Capricorn? It's like someone is coming to you for advice and you're trying to remain neutral, open-minded. You're trying not to choose sides, but deep down inside, you know that they're reaping what they have sown. But you're still trying to encourage them. That's what this is saying. Which is a wise approach. You're like, I'm not getting involved in this. This is not my circus. This is not my monkeys. I'm not getting involved in this one. It could be between two people, like, who are fighting and arguing, and you're just like, it took a lot of courage. It took a lot of strength. It took a lot of faith. You're telling this person, well, it takes a lot of effort. Well, it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of perseverance. You could be mentoring someone and they're having a problem, and you could say, well, you know, commitment takes a lot of work. Commitment takes a lot of responsibility. Commitment takes a lot of faith, and you're giving advice to someone, but you're trying to remain neutral, and Spirit is saying that is the right approach. Yeah. Okay. It could be you, or it could be someone else. It's saying you have all the tools you need to succeed, but you have to put in the effort. You excel at working with your hands and fixing problems. Obstacles are not what they seem. You can get around them with more careful thought, or simply choose something better for you. So, you may leave a position or be terminated. However, there's always new opportunities ahead. You may change careers entirely. Honest work. It's okay to have a job that's not very glamorous, or get the experience you need to help you move up in the future. Success is a process, not a quick fix. So it's almost like you are discussing this with someone, and maybe someone is discussing this with you. Keep an open mind. Have faith. I mean, you may have to leave a job, and maybe somebody's getting fired, or maybe you might be terminated. But there's always a new opportunity. And I mean, you might have to take a job that you don't really like to take in order to get where you want to go. But it's all success. It's gaining experience. It's gaining knowledge. You could be mentoring someone here, Capricorn. Yeah, you could be. It takes a lot of hard work. And you're good with hands-on. This is Capricorn. Now look, that King of Pentacles, that's somebody who works hard with their hands. This is somebody who things just didn't fall into their lap. It's not that easy. You had to work your way up. You may have had to take lousy jobs that you didn't really want to have, but that's the King of Pentacles. It all gains you experience. Now, King of Pentacles is an established person, but they worked hard at it. Yes, you're going to have obstacles. Yes, you're going to have challenges. Yes, you're going to have to work hard. And yes, you're going to have to take some lousy shit jobs along the way, but it's all gaining experience, knowledge to make you successful. That's what it is. This could be family. Okay? You could be, this is an empress. So somebody could be hurt here. Somebody could have suddenly, had a falling out with somebody, or had a falling out with their family, or something like that. It could be pride getting in the way. Somebody could be going through something that was very painful, and you might have to change jobs or change careers. Hmm. What's this all about? Yeah, there's been some heartbreak or something here. So it's about work. Working really, really hard here. Somebody could be having to put in a lot of hours or a lot of overtime, or this could be at the working to the point of exhaustion or something like this, or having like to work a lot of overtime or something, and there could be some anger here, like how am I going to change this? Somebody could be frustrated and angry, and it could be to do with their job, it could be to do with their work. You might have to look for something else if that's what it is. Somebody, you could be mentoring someone, like I said. You could be an advisor or a mentor. This is also an apprenticeship. It could be an apprentice. It could be someone who you are giving an apprenticeship to, or yeah, you're like giving advice or you're getting advice, one of the two. But someone just keeps ignoring this advice. you know, it's like turning their nose up at something. Well, like, you're not going to start off as the boss. You have to work your way up the ladder. It's like someone keeps turning positions down or turning jobs down because they want to be the boss. They don't want to learn from the ground up. They want to start off as the boss. It has been offered, and they've rejected it and turned it down. You could be advising somebody in your family, you could be mentoring someone, and now you're trying to keep an open mind because you know that there's going to be hard feelings, or they're really not going to want to hear what you got to say, but they keep asking. And you could be saying, look, you know, being broke is worse. So somebody might always be getting fired or always be getting terminated because, quite honestly, they don't want to start at the bottom and work their way up. They want to start at the top. They think that you could be telling someone, the King of Pentacles has had to take some lousy jobs. The King of Pentacles has had to work their way up the ladder. Same with the Empress. I told you there's a battle. Now someone's coming off here. I don't know, maybe they drink too much, and maybe they like to fight when they drink. Jesus. This is about commitment. You got to be committed. You got to be devoted. You got to love what you're doing. And I mean, if you love what you're doing, then the work doesn't seem so hard. Do you love what you're doing? I mean, if you're in a relationship, this is somebody coming to you, maybe they're in a relationship. And it's like you're talking to them and you're telling them, well, I mean, if you want the Ten of Pentacles, if you want to have the Ten of Pentacles, you got to be committed to, you got to put the commitment in. You got to be committed to your job. You got to show up for work every day. You got to be committed to your job as much as you're committed to your relationship. You know, you got to show up. You got to put in the work. You can't be drunk and sleeping in. You got to show up. You got to show up. You can't be late. You can't keep calling in sick. You can't keep, you know what I'm saying? You're giving advice to somebody and you're trying to be fair. You're trying to be fair. Maybe you are the boss. Maybe you are a person who's in a position of being a hiring boss. And you could be telling this person, look, you got to show up for work. You can't be late. You can't show up drunk. You can't, like, keep calling in sick when I know you've been drinking. You got to show up to the job. You got to be present. You got to put a good day's work in. I mean, you're telling someone this in your family or something like that. Like, they could be younger than you. They could be younger than you. You could be taking someone under your wing. Now, it could be a relative of yours. It could be someone in your family. I mean, you love this person, but you're telling them you're reaping what you've sown. I don't know if you're coming out and telling them that directly, but it's like you're mentoring someone younger or someone who, you know, you may have offered a chance to or something like this, and you're saying, look, I'd love to hire you or something, but you can't be late, you can't call in sick, you gotta show up to the job, you gotta work hard for this position, same as I had to do. This could be an apprenticeship, and it's like getting together here. But I don't know. You're telling them, like, you know that this person, it could be a relative. You might have something's a little fishy here. Something seems off to you. It's like, well, you've got to be dedicated. You got to show up. You're either giving work advice or you're giving relationship advice to someone. It's like you got to show up. Maybe someone is like you got to show dedication. You know, it could be a child or children. And somebody is coming to you because they're all depressed about something. And you're like, have faith, stay positive. But you got to be confident. You got to have confidence. But you can't just sit and talk about it. You've got to take action on it. Okay? So it's like your actions are going to speak loud here. You were telling somebody it's your actions. You're reaping what you've sown. I don't know. Yeah, so somebody's all stressed out here. And somebody could be sad and regretting something or going through a tough time here. And you're telling them, if you want to be victorious, you got to stop being poor me. You got to stop feeling sorry for yourself. You got to stop stressing out. You've got to start being more confident, more independent. You got to, if you want recognition, you're not going to get it by doing poor me. Poor me doesn't work on the job. It does not. And like, you could be trying to cheer them up. You could be like trying to say, you know, but they're, sometimes you just gotta remain open-minded here, optimistic. And it's like you might be being silent about it. Oh, jeez. You like, have faith. You may have to leave a job. You may have, somebody could be getting terminated here. I don't know, maybe it's a dead end. Maybe they can't progress there. Maybe they can't, I don't know, have faith. But somebody is like envious of your success, or like, because I mean, you're successful, you're grounded, you're dedicated, I don't know, they could be jealous of you on the job. I'm just saying, you're, hang on. It could be to do with a relationship. Okay, well, and a relationship might be coming to an end. Or someone is coming to you for advice. You're trying to give them a relationship advice. And you're gonna say, you're telling them, you are giving advice. You're mentoring, Capricorn. You're mentoring. Like, don't let this bullshit happen. This is like, you know someone is reaping what they have sown. Like, you know it. But they want a shoulder to cry on. They want you to feel sorry for them. But you're like, you know what? It is what it is. You're reaping what you've sown. Now, I could sugarcoat things here for you, but you know what? If you really want to be successful, this is what you're going to have to do. If you want a successful relationship, if you want a successful position, you've got to show up. You can't be late. You can't be calling in sick. Same as in a relationship. You got to show up. You can't be cheating. You got to be committed. If you want success, this is what you're going to have to do. Whether you're committed to a relationship or committed to your job, whatever advice you're giving, you know damn well someone is reaping what they've sown. And you're not going to feel sorry for them. It's by their own actions. Somebody could be terminated. Somebody could be getting fired. Well, if they weren't playing around all the time, and you can't put half-hearted effort into it. Somebody could be getting the axe here. Maybe you're a supervisor and you got to fire somebody. Maybe it's you who's the hiring boss and you've warned them. Maybe you've given them umpteen warnings. I'm sorry, your ass is gone. I mean, I'm trying to run a business here. Can't be sneaky, can't hide things. Gotta, it's teamwork. You gotta work as a team. You can't be like sneaking off and, I don't know, going to sleep under the stairs or at your desk or you got to get the job done. I mean, this is teamwork. We're working as a team here. And it's like, oh shit, no way. So somebody could be stealing your ideas, claiming them as their own. You may have mentored somebody, and it's like you reap what you sow. Look, someone's being greedy here. This could be time theft. This could be what the hell ever it is. It's like, I don't know. It's like honesty. You gotta be honest. You gotta be telling the truth. This is extending the olive branch. Somebody trying to get advice, but will they take that advice? You know what I'm saying? It's like coming to you for advice, but are they really absorbing it? Or are they just trying to like get away with something here? They are reaping what they've sown, and you know it, by their own actions, whether that is in a relationship or whether that is at a position of a job. Now, if you were putting in a good, honest day's work and they fire you, this could be wrongful dismissal that I'm picking up on. You'll win. If this is like you as the hiring boss and you having to terminate somebody, they're reaping what they've sown. Now, you've tried to keep an open mind, you've tried to be fair, you've tried to be neutral, you've given the warnings, and it's like simply, I can't keep doing this. Somebody else may really, really want that position. If it was you who was mistreated on the job and you who had a really lousy employer, it's almost as if this is saying you might change careers completely. You may be starting a home-based business. You could be starting a whole new career. But it's like, you got to put in the honest work. It's okay to have a job that's not very glamorous. Get some experience to help you move up in the future. Success is a process, not a quick fix. Somebody wants a quick fix. And either you're telling somebody that's how they're looking at you. Well, how'd you get so successful? How'd you get so much wealth? How'd you acquire this? How'd you acquire that? And you're telling this person, well, you got to have an open mind. You got to be willing to do this. You got to be willing to take those shit jobs. You got to be willing to You got to show up for work. You can't show up for work drunk. You can't show up to work calling sick. You got to be there. I don't care if you're sick. Show your ass up to the job. You're telling somebody this, or you are going to get fired. You were trying to keep quiet about it, silent about it, but I think something is coming to a head where they're actually reaching out to you and saying, well, why did I get fired? Or why did this happen? Or why did that happen? And you're telling them why. Like I said, you could be the boss and you're trying to give somebody a break here, and you're trying to like bring them along or apprentice them somehow, but they keep disappointing you. They're not committed to the job. And you're telling them the same thing, like your job is the same as your relationship. You got to put in the hard work. You got to keep open-minded. You got to be committed. You got to do this. You got to do that. Well, they asked. That's how you do it. It might turn into a fight. It might turn into a battle. But look, if you don't want my advice, take it or leave it. I don't care. You got to work hard. You got to put the honest work in. Period. You're not going to find a quick fix here. I mean, you're not going to get. They're coming to Capricorn. And if you did put in an honest day's work, and you did, and there is some kind of fight or some kind of battle, you know, I don't know. Friends and family, don't know. It's almost like that's what you're saying. No, and I know that Capricorns are hardworking, so you're putting in an honest work. You're doing honest work. You're working your way up to the top. You've worked your way up to the top. You are becoming a success, or already are a success. You could be giving this mentoring advice to somebody, or maybe somebody is asking you, can you hire my friend's kid? Or it could be a family member. Can you hire me? Can you hire me? Well, this is what you're going to tell them. You got to work hard. You're not going to get a quick fix. You're going to have to put the work in. You're going to have to, and if you don't do the work, I'm going to have to fire your ass, just like I would have to fire anybody else. And maybe this is someone who you're not sure about hiring because they might have a history of like calling in sick, not showing up. You know what I mean? And it could compromise a family situation. It's like, I don't care. I mean, I tried to remain open-minded. Take it or leave it. This is my advice. You're not gonna just land a job like that. You gotta work your way up. This is like, somebody doesn't like hearing this. I don't know. But I know Capricorn, they work with their hands. They work hard. And that is truly why they are successful. So maybe you are mentoring someone. This could be a trades worker, King and Queen of Pentacles work with their hands. It's like you got to work hard. You got to be dedicated. You got to be committed. You could be giving that advice to somebody. So it's like, forget it. If you think you're going to be out all night partying and showing your ass up to the job half drunk, and give me, the employer or me, very minimal, I'll fire your ass. You got a job to do. It's teamwork. And if you're either part of the team or you're not part of the team, you know what I'm saying? You either get aboard or you're gone. Someone's taking advantage here, and you know it. They're reaping what they've sown. So they may be coming to you for advice, and particularly they may not like to hear this advice, but it is advice as Capricorn knows it. You've worked hard for what you have. You are dedicated and committed to whatever you work upon, whatever your working industry is. You put in the effort, you put in the time, and if somebody is jerking you around on the job, it's like it'll probably have a favorable outcome, because you might change careers completely and find, that you don't have to work as hard as you used to have to work. You might for better pay. Like somebody could be definitely stealing your ideas at the job you're on and claiming it for themselves. And you're like, to hell with that, man. I'll go into business for myself. A lot of you have. A lot of you do. You have all the tools. You have all the skills. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are. I gotta say, a lot of people are. Well, I know how to do that. Well, I know how to do that. Making a business out of it, guys. That's that entrepreneurial mindset that Capricorn has. And I'm sorry, you make things happen. Because you are dedicated. You do work hard. You are committed. You show up. You know what I mean? You've got a lot of good skills and a lot of good talents, and if someone on the job is not allowing you to be talented, they just won't allow you to move up the ladder, then you may look for something completely different. And it's looking like it works out to your advantage, because you do put in the hard work. That's what makes Capricorn so successful. It's that dedication. It's that hard work. It's that being committed to whatever you're at, whether it's a relationship or whether it is on the job. And if you're not willing to do that, then you reap that reward too. And it's looking like you're mentoring somebody and you're telling them. And they may not like it, but it is the truth. You're not going to sugarcoat it. You want real, go talk to a Capricorn. They'll give you real. Take care.